Welcome back to All the Crackers in the Box. Hi, it's me, your friend Corey. I've done it again. Yeah, I started a new project and I do not like how this is working out. I started this one from the dollar store ones that I got, Dollarama, sorry. 415 yards, 380 millimeters, sorry. And I'm not sure, being that it's a bit roving, what size of hook to use. So I started with a 4.5. I got this far. I think it is too stiff. I want to make a blanket with all six, because I have two of each. I have six of them. I want to, according to my daughters, what we're going to do is make a granny square of each color and then put them all together to make the blanket. They don't want me going around with the other colors. They just want granny squares put together. This is for the living room. Quite often in the morning, people are cold, so I need to make a blanket. At least one, maybe two. We'll see, because these are not expensive. It's not that much work. It's just doing a granny square. Bunch of them. No big deal. Also, my nails look so awesome. Anyway, glad you're here. We're going to discuss my heartbreak of having to take this apart and start it over and why. Mentioned, I started with the 4.5. This is really pretty, right? The yarn is really nice. I am very happy with the yarn. The quality is there. There's a minor iffy spot, like a thinned out area that I had to tie into an extra knot, which happens even with the best of the roving ones, because you get the big, the thick, the thin, the thick, the thin. This one had thinned just a bit too much, so I double knotted it. No big deal. This is yarn made in China. It's not bad. So after some experimenting, because I pulled out the whole set, my Temu set in a beautiful pink holder. Yes, this lives right beside my bed. So this is my at-home 3.5 and all my other ones. I got my 4.5 go. Oh, 4.5 goes here, my 4, and this beauty I just pulled out, my 6. So I played with this one for a few minutes, and I feel like a 6 is going to give me what I want. So let's take a little peek here. And I'm just going to do the middle piece. I want it to be a cushy, soft blanket. Nothing like this. This is like super stiff. Like if this was to put on the back of the couch, then maybe. But because this is something I want for cuddling up with when you're cold, I feel like I need it to be a little bit of a looser feel to it, where it's not such a tight weave. 2 and 3. I'm going to do 2 here for the corner. Another cluster of 3. And let's see here. 1, it's making the blanket bigger faster. That is true. That is a factor. Because I don't want to be spending a ton of time on this, where this is just a simple comfort blanket for whoever is going to pick it up at that time. It's nothing for anyone individually. It's going to be just a random living room blanket. So to finish off the row, I am going to put in my half double crochet. Now that's my beginning. That's my beginning. So you see that to that. This is the size now of this row and this row, because that's where the corner is. That's where my corners are. So it's a bit bigger by a whole section of row. That, and it definitely has more drape. This is stiff. Like, look how it's folding. it is really, really stiff. I feel like this would have been great for like putting over a chair, to cover the chair, to keep its shape. But I don't want shape. I actually want the opposite. I want soft, I want cushy. I want this to be a blanket. 1, 2, 3. So I feel like I'm going to have to take apart what I've done, which, mind you, is an afternoon of in and out watching a movie. Really did not take me all that long, and it'll take me less time with a bigger hook, to be honest. But it looks like I'm going to have to take that apart and start that section over, because I think I am going to go to the 6. I tried the 8, I tried the 7. They were a little bulky and felt a little uncomfortable with the size of yarn. So I feel like the 6 is going to be my proper one. It fits so nicely with this yarn. Really grabs it beautifully. And yeah, I'm actually quite satisfied. I feel like I'm getting more speed from this than I was with the 4.5, which is a decent size, don't get me wrong. I don't use the 6s very often, but it feels like for this particular project, I absolutely should. 2 and 3. Okay, come on up. So that's where we're at here. Is I'm feeling like, let's put these up a little closer so you can see a little bit more what I'm getting at here. So they're both very lovely. The stitch definition is definitely there. However, I feel like this one's going to be a little softer and a little more manageable, because this one feels like it's, oh, what's the word? Like almost like the foam felts, where they're kind of a plasticky material that kind of bend, but are kind of soft at the same time. That's kind of what it feels like. One of the foam cardboardy art supplies. I don't know what they're called. I've used them before, and that is definitely what it feels like. So I guess I'm going to have to scrap that, and I'm just going to have to continue on with my 6, because it really seems to be giving me the effect and the feel of a super soft blanket, which is what I wanted. I didn't want it to be stiff. If I wanted something stiff, I would have made a stiff one, which I kind of did. And now I'm going to have to go and take it apart. This will be the second time take it apart. This yarn was totally fine with it. Pull that. Yeah, I think this is going to be the right one. It's like a softer granny compared to the sizing of this. This is so stiff. You see how it's curling? It's stiff. It was curling when it was this size too, so it tells me 6 is my one. So I'm going to take a, whatchamacallit there, a stitch marker, and we're going to use a nice bright color because this one's going into the blues, so yellow will be nice with the blues. However, I am going to have to start taking this apart. So, frogging it is. What are you going to do, right? I love this right here, this little bit of gray here. Little gray flecks show up occasionally in the white, which was really cool. And there we go. Looks like we've got some hairs. Beautiful. There we go. So this happens sometimes. And I mean, that's the thing about my channel. I'm not here to sugarcoat it. There are times where you're going to get frustrated with your hobby. Anything you choose to do, sometimes it's not going to work the way you want it to. And that's what I ran into here, is it just was not happening the way I wanted it to. Unfortunate, but it is like that. But I do have a great project for these particular yarns. And it's going to be a really nice and cushy and soft and exactly what I was looking for. I was feeling suspicious right about here that maybe I had the wrong size, but I just kept going to see what it would look like as it got bigger. Just experimenting with what I want to do with this project, and so far, you see how it's roving? It is not universally the same size. It is for the most part, but some of it is quite thinned out, which I'm totally fine with. And see, this has been worked a couple times. It's getting a little looser. That's fine. This will be the last time I have to take this apart as far as I know. But I will definitely make sure that everything is secured and all that good stuff. But yeah, this has been very frustrating with it being this stiff. It's not going to be a comfortable... I don't like my blankets to feel like soft cardboard. I don't know. I'm just going to have to keep going. And we're just going to take this back to the beginning and have to start this one over. I might just work on the... Well, I've gotten so far with this one, so I should probably just work on the blue one later because it's still pretty good shape. Barely any of the yarn has been taken out. But the colors of these are pretty darn nice. I like them. And there's a red one, red pinks, and then the blue greens, and then the black grays. So the colors at least are really nice together, so that's not so bad. However, it's kind of a pain to have to redo it all, but that's okay. It is what it is. And that's it. I mean, I'm not sure what else I can say about it. Sitting here struggling to find the words as I'm frogging away. So let's frog. There we go. Getting there. That was quite a few rows. I'm glad I didn't count them because I really don't want to know how many rows that was that I had already finished, but that's alright. Like, it's just, hey granny, I can just do in the semi-darkness and not have to really work hard on that. Oh, here we go. Left that sitting too long, apparently. It's going to go around and around and around and around and around. So that's going to be on my hook off and on for the next little bit, is getting this one finished. There's only 6 balls. So it's not going to be the biggest blanket. It's just going to be a little something to throw on when you're a bit chilly. Because my girls are always cold in the morning when they get out of bed and they like to throw blankets on, and we just don't have enough. With baby blankets, sure. But they're not babies anymore, so they're way too big for them now, and they're not covering the feet or the arms at the same time, and it's frustrating. Tends to cause tears in the morning, so I'm trying to avoid that if I can. I'm not trying to make them happy, but a nice, comfortable blanket is always nice. I understand their frustration, absolutely. Alright, getting there. Makes an interesting sound now. So I'm kind of cupping it to keep it from going all wild. I don't know why I do that, but I feel like it frogs it better. I don't know. Just where my hands end up. Should I try the 5? Now I'm second guessing myself. Should I try the 5? Maybe the 5 might be better. No, I think the 6. Looking at it. Now I'm going to have to compare it to a 5. Oh gosh. Just to be absolutely sure. I don't like the 7. The 7 was too much. The 8 was definitely way too much. It was awkward and felt really weird to do. So, yeah, we're just going to go like this really quick. And then I'm going to try the 5. Because I have a feeling it's going to end up being the 5.5 just because I didn't try the 5.5. Like, I really didn't. I don't even think I tried the 5. I think it jumped to like a 6 right away. Just because I have a feeling that this is not, that I was so far off of what I needed and where I want it to be. I wanted it to be more cushy. I want it to be more soft. See, there's one of the, this is a manufacturer knot, so it's nice and tight. But that does happen with yarn you get at an inexpensive price, so whatever. I'm not worried about it. This is just to be a blanket, and if it survives a couple years, I'll be happy. All right, let's try 5. Pull up my beautiful red 5. What a gorgeous piece. Look at that. It's so pretty. Anyway, I'm just going to leave that open in the background and admire my beautiful hooks. Look at that. These, and we go. 1, 2, 3. Nah, this is already feeling, this is too close. Too close. I feel like it's too tight. All right, so that is definitely out. 5 is too close to the 4.5. And just to be on the safe side, we're going to try my 5.5. This is my 6, 5.5. If 6 is working really well, 5.5 might be that sweet spot that I'm looking for, that I'm not sure I found yet. 2, 3. Not bad. Not bad at all. Very smooth feeling for the stitch making, which is great. 2 and 3. 1, 2. 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2. And then we go 1, 2, 3. Oh, this might be it. This might be better than the 6 by far. Got 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we're just going to do a half double crochet into here, like so. And this might actually be better. I think it might be. Well, thanks for joining me here at All the Crackers in the Box, and I will see you again very soon. Bye.